Hello. I'm going. Hold up. Is it going? I think it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Minotaur Hotel. Again. Hello, everyone. Or good afternoon, good morning, good night. Or not good night. Good afternoon. Or good evening. Sorry. Sorry about this creaky chair as well. I'm getting a new one, I swear. Probably get one tomorrow or something like that. Please excuse me if I'm making such loud noises right now. Sorry about that. Alright, continue. Last time was November. Yeah, I know, guys. I suck at posting these videos. I gotta get on top of my game. Because I post in the day of. Okay. You wake up to the sound of Asterian's hooves clicking on the wooden floor right behind you. Hey, I forgot how I did his voice. Good morning, Master. I'm sorry for the noise. It was not my intention to wake you. Don't worry about it. I slept enough. Oh, that's a relief. Well, I went ahead and made breakfast for you. I really forgot how I did this. Sorry. Um, at times, it is easy to forget how exceptional. Whoa, I'm sorry. My glasses are like glaring for no reason right now. How exceptional the circumstance you found yourself in. Waiting for breakfast is such a mundane thing, but all it takes is a glimpse of the Asterian, or of the, of Asterian, for the facade of normalcy to fall. It is easy to find Asterian's quick healing jarring, more so than the hotel itself. He already stretches the. Oh my god, I am sorry about that. Mm-mm. Hello. Okay. Sorry about that. Where were we? I'm gonna write this down real quick actually. Like, what time is it in the video? 3.33. Edit. Alright, guys. I am very sorry about that. It is easy to find Asterian's quick healing jarring, more so than the hotel itself. He already stretches the clothes that seemed too big yesterday. Yesterday. Wow. Angsty bull. He looks at me like my dad. Wow. My dad's like, fuck you. Speaking of his clothes, he is wearing the same old outfit from yesterday. We need some new clothes for you, bro. One could say there's almost a touch of nostalgia of how he dresses, as if he wanted to hold on to the past. Am I reading too fast? Please tell me that in the comments if I'm reading too fast. I would not like to read too fast. Like I'll explain that later. Or it may be more than a practical matter. That is this outfit. Wait, that this outfit is what you told him to wear. Say, Asterian. Yes, master. About your clothes, is that all you have to wear? Yes, it's all I could find. I believe the Clement threw most of my clothes away, much of like how I disposed of the wine. Oh, how he disposed of the wine. All that is left is my current outfit. And, an old Perizoma. Perizoma? I must have slipped, sorry. It's an old style of loincloth. It's what we wore back in Crete. Well, you can't just wear the same clothes every day. An old 70-year-old and 70-year-old clothes at that. Maybe you could try something modern. We can just summon food and water here, right? Surely I can get you some clothes too. Of course, master. I just commanded the hotel. I just commanded. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I am like. I'm not gonna rush. Just command and the hotel will bend to your will. It's getting colder, guys. My voice is getting worse. The hotel flickers around you as reality rewrites itself. You picture a shirt you could see yourself wearing. It's a simple task. Something self-aware and fascinating. Out of nowhere, a bundle appears in your hands. It's a pair of blue jeans and the V-neck came up. Wait, what? V-neck you came up with. Asterion stares, visibly curious. Perhaps it is fitting that I have more modern clothes to wear. Today might be a special day. Now that the hearth is lit, guests may find their way to the hotel again. I want to make a good impression. Maybe the clothes I pick up are inappropriate. I wouldn't know. It has been a long time after all. But what should I wear today? To dress in Asterion, select one of the categories on the left side of the screen, and then select the clothes you want Asterion to wear on the right. I'm gonna save this because I don't know. I'm gonna forget this. Definitely gonna forget. To dress Asterion, select one of the categories on the left side of the screen, and then select the clothes you want Asterion to wear on the right. When you're done, click the finish button. Left side? What? Oh! Wow. Nude. I kind of like the 40s outfit though. What the heck is this? No, he's not wearing that. What is it? He's wearing that. He is gonna wear that. But these are 70-year-old clothes. No, do we have to? Did you say he wanted to? He's asking us. Okay, we could just leave this then. I don't care. Yes. Should I wear my old clothes then? Yes. White shirts will probably never go out of fashion. The pants are a little old, and people rarely use suspenders outside of formal occasions, but I think you look quite elegant in them. I appreciate the compliment, Master. These clothes are very dear to me, and it pleases me to hear that they are appropriate in this day and age. Sorry about that. Now that this matter is selected, I shall interrupt your breakfast no more, Master. You begin your meal. Asterion sits at the lower end of the table. Occasionally. Oh my god, sorry about that. You begin your meal. Asterion sits at the other end of the table, occasionally inspecting his appearance. When you look up from your plate, you catch him grooming his fur here and there. Once you are done, Asterion bows and takes your plate. As he carries it to the kitchen, you see him pick out one of the scraps and eat them. I wish he just ate with us. A short while later, he returns. Do I have the master's permission to go down and inspect the hearth? I want to make sure everything in the hotel is working properly. I'll go with you. Really? Yes, I mean, if we're having guests, maybe I should help with the inspections. See where everything is and all. Wait, I'm gonna cough real quick. Sorry. Very well. Please follow me. Wow. Oh, you serious? I could have done this last part? I feel like such an idiot whenever this happens. Wow, where are we going? We're outside. The light plays through the verdant leaves above, casting flickering shadows along the forest path. To either side, trees sway in the light breeze, whispering their secrets to each other, and the traveler passing under the mighty boughs? Their mighty boughs. It's this guy! Dang, he looks... Mischievous. The dragon hums a quiet, simple tune to himself, his deep rumbling bass a counterpoint to the rustling of the leaves above. Though, through his travels during these long, lonely years, he's come to appreciate the sounds of the world around him. He's learned how to tune himself into them, letting them flow around him like the river from which he was born. The river. They are his companions, constant and dependable. They fill the silence. They bring peace to his mind and heart during his long, seemingly endless search. As he walks, his humming trailing off. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I need to, learn to read. I just swear I can't read today. I don't know why. I've never been able to read. He reaches into the bag slung over his shoulder and pulls out a plastic bottle of water. His deft clawed fingers quickly unscrew the cap, and he tips it back to let the life-bringing substance pour into his waiting maw. I am doing the same thing. Trying not to gulp in your guys' ears. Sorry about that. Oh my god, my voice. Okay, yeah. It never ceases to amaze him how many conveniences this had popped up over the years. When he had first started his journey in the land of his birth, clean, fresh water like this was almost a sacred commodity. Something to be rationed out and stretched to the last little drop. Now it could be bought at a pittance. Pittance? I like this guy's expressions. His thoughts turn to the young man at the store in front, in the small town he'd left earlier that morning, who had, instead of packing his full bag full of water bottles and snacks for the road. Richard was his name, and he was the co-owner, along with his wife, of the hiking supplies outpost where the dragon had spent the last few days. Okay, guys, I'm saying sorry too much. I'll stop. Yeah, I swear my hair is in the way. Or it's just me. Sorry. He worked and they provided food and shelter. That was the agreement, similar to ones he'd struck along the winding road behind him. And when time had come for him to leave, as it always did, Richard had shaken his hand and patted his shoulder, and wished him farewell like an old friend. A cherished friend. And yet, Richard was blissfully aware of the simple fact his guest was not human. The charm he kept hidden maintained a disguise of humanity. Gretchen, Richard's wife, and better half, the man had always said, with a wide grin, had fussed over the dragon. A nice pair of hiking boots would do better than the old, worn-out sandals on his feet, she'd argue. The dragon had only laughed. They'd been more than enough for him, and had both his gratitude and blessing. Before leaving, the two of them waiting from the door of the shop. My god. He hadn't looked back to them. He never did. The dragon shakes himself out of his thoughts, caps his water bottle and drops it in his bag. He has no time to reverie. By the shadows on the ground, it looks to be somewhere around late afternoon, and he has far longer to walk before the day is done. His name is Kota, and he is a drifter. However, his travels are far from aimless. The dragon is searching for something dear to him that was lost a long time ago. As Kota wanders along the path, listening to the soft sounds of nature all around, his ears begin to pick up a quiet, familiar noise, as familiar as his own breathing. A river. This guy. Before he can stop, his feet take him to the source of the sound. He leaves the trail behind, slipping through the undergrowth and leaping over the fallen logs with a sinuous agility that belies his size. I don't know. Finally, the trees give way at the sighting of a winding, burbling stream. It's shallow, but Kota doesn't mind. He steps out of his sandals and takes a seat on the riverbank to slip into his hired feet into the rushing water. It's warm. So warm. Old... Wow, guys. Old, half-forgotten instincts fill his breast. Fill his breast? Okay. I don't think he... yeah, he does. Making the dragon's breath hitch in his throat. It's been so long since he had a proper bath in the warm river like this, and the need to feel water's embrace itches over his scales and pricks at the far corners of his languid mind. Oh my god. I think I could show this. I don't know. I don't know. No. You know, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I don't want to do anything. But I guess he does have breasts. His yukata, worn and smelling faintly of sweat and road dust, comes off first. Kota picks up the tune he was humming earlier as he folds the garment in his lap, over and over into a nice, neat bundle, and then carefully set aside on the soft grass. The dragon looks around for a moment, ensuring he's completely alone, and then unwinds his fundoshia from around his hips with the same practiced grace. Oh yeah, there we go. He knows full well that there's no shame in his nudity, but centuries of wandering, that is so small. Can't show nudity in a Christian visual novel, it says though. He shows full well that there is no shame in his nudity, but centuries of wandering in the New World have allowed modern sensibilities of modesty to rub off on him. None of it has helped his age's laws. Wait, what? None of it is helped by the age's laws. There was a time when the creatures like him were free and plainly wander around the world often. Yeah. Nowadays, there are consequences to breaking the secret. Kota can't help but quick, shameful thrill down his spine as he bares himself even with no one else around to see him. Nonetheless, he keeps his clothes nearby, so he's within charm's range. With a soft grunt and a half hop, the dragon slips into the warm, flowing waters of the river. I gotta do another voice. He's big and old. Alright, guys. I don't know about voices, but gonna sound like Post Malone or something like that for him. Bah. Hey. As soon as the water touches his scales, his muscles relax and sinks his waist deep into the water. The low sigh escapes his lips in a slow, lazy exhalation, and his maned head falls back into rest on the riverbank. He hadn't realized how bone-deep weary he'd become, but now, with the rushing waters caressing embracing him, peace stills his mind for the first time in centuries. Dang, you're old. The warm currents feel familiar, like an old friend, an old lover, welcoming him to a home he'd left long ago. As he lounges in against the riverbank, feeling the hard, smooth pebbles beneath him swirling, flowing river unfolding him, Kota grasps at the familiarity. He allows his mind to wander along with his hands. Over his shoulders and across his chest, his claws prickling, picking at the ridges between his scales. You sure you got scales? You look kind of soft. Down to his belly, across his sides and hips and thighs. As his pensive thoughts sink into the warm haze of the meditation, a finger brushes the soft scaled lips of the slit of the dragon's crotch. As it slips inside, teasing the sensitive inner flesh, the finger becomes someone else's, someone from long ago. He can almost feel their breath against his ear. hearing the low rumble of the purring voice. Koda's heart, I'm sorry, Koda's heart along with his eyelids as a fingertip within him brushes against the spot that makes his toes curl and his breath hitch in his throat. The slow, gentle caress of the river's waters of his home isn't the only thing that the dragon has longed for all these years. Water. Sorry. I got dry throat. You can feel his flesh thin, the hidden length of manhood stirring at his thoughts, the desire, the need. With a long sigh, Koda reluctantly draws his finger out from himself, and he moves his hand back to his stomach. He rubs all over his body, with up his chest to his neck. A half-remembered poem flickers through the dragon's mind as his hands scrub away the dust and sweat of his journey. Does he have a tail? I like to wash the dust of this world in the droplets of the dew. With dewdrops dripping, I wish somehow I could wash the perishing world. His breath gusts out of his nostrils as his hands, okay, I'm like out of breath but in breath still. I don't know, maybe it's the way I'm sitting. I'm like hunched over, kind of. That's embarrassing to say, but like, I don't know, it's gonna stretch real quick. The river takes over his scales and limbs with its current, its comfort, a pale echo of what the dragon longs for. Won't you come and see loneliness, just one leaf from Kiri tree? Basho, right? He's a surprised boy. Koda's eyes snap open as his head turns. He didn't hear anyone approach, and yet there stands a man by the tree line. What the heck are you doing? Ew, bruh. Sorry to sneak up on you like that. Oh, more voices. Sorry to sneak up on you like that. Sorry. You don't mind some company, do you? Sounds like you could use it. No, I don't mind at all, please. Hey, okay, whatever floats your boat, but you're like nude. The dragon schools his face into a welcoming smile, and gestures the man forward with a languid wave. For a moment, Koda is worried that the nakedness might embarrass his impromptu guest, but the man settles comfortably by the riverbank nearby. The dragon scoots closer to his discarded clothes. Sorry again, I've been walking all day. My feet are killing me. The stranger kicks his shoes off with a long sigh, and then slips his feet into the water, much like Koda did earlier, the downstream from the dragon, which makes Koda smile as he gives the man a nod. Believe me, I do not blame you at all. I myself have only stopped here for a moment's rest. It's a nice place that you found, even if it's only for a moment. Where are you headed from here, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, here and there. I'm more of a wanderer, you see, and I'm sorry for the accent. I just realized. The dragon looks up at the stranger with a polite but expectant expression. In my new clothes, this guy looks like, I don't know. In my new clothing, I feel different. I must look like someone else. Fellow man of Matsuo Sensei's works, I see. That's right. My friends call me Jean. Is this Jean Mary? This guy's horrible. Oh, he looks just like him, actually. I'm gonna hurt this guy if he's still alive. I was making a delivery, but I got just a little bit lost. The man rubs the back of his head with an embarrassed laugh, but Koda lets out a soft chuckle. But it's when we are lost that we are most easily able to find ourselves. Of course, it's easier when we have some help. I'd be glad to lead you back to the road, Shin-san. Thank you, mister. Sumimasen. I am Koda. Well, it's good to meet you, Koda, and your help would be really appreciated. The man offers his hand with a wide smile, and Koda turns to shake Jean's hand as he's grown used to doing it with everyone he meets. However, he can't stop himself from giving Jean a short half brow from his sitting position. Hmm? Pardon me if I'm assuming, but you're from Japan, yeah? Hi, that's right. It's been a long journey from the lands of my home, but I have enjoyed the wandering. It is marvelous to see new sights, is it not? Like this river. The dragon gestures to an idyllic landscape surrounding them, the rushing, chuckling water and the wind through the trees singing a soft, gentle song. The large boughs overhead providing shade while allowing diamonds of sunlight to sparkle on the flowing surface of the water, the cool grass of the river's edge. I made my home in such a unspoiled river long ago. Untarnished nature holds special significance to me. You and I might be maybe the only ones who have seen this place in years. See how untouched it is? The smell of freshness of the air? Jean laughs. Well, you're certainly passionate, Coda. That's always good to see in a fellow traveler. I don't like this man. He looks cocky. I'm from Europe myself. Even there, places like this are becoming a rarity. Sadly, but there's still much to see. It's why I became a delivery man, you see. I guess you could say that the wanderlust, it's in my blood. I wonder if I could... I hope I could post this. I'm like reading this so terribly that if you guys are reading along, I'm very sorry. It seems you too are from a long way from home, Jin-san. I'm sorry you've gathered many stories in your journeys from place to place. Oh yeah, more than enough for several lifetimes. I could tell some of them while we walk if you're ready to get going. Wait, where are we going? The dragon rises to his feet and the water flows down and off his body like a silken robe. With a groan, Koda stretches and then climbs back onto the riverbank, completely dry. Allow me a moment to get dressed, and then I will be prepared. And then if you'd like, I've got quite a few stories of my own travels I can share with you as well. Sure, I'd like that very much. To exchange glances and nods, a spark of understanding and acceptance flickers between Koda and Jean. The understanding of two fellow travelers sharing the road with each other. As the two men walk side by side, their conversation and laughter fills the air. Jean relates a story of particularly difficult delivery up the side of a mountain, a trip that took the better part of 3 days. In return, Koda tells the man of the place he'd been and the sights he's seen. Forests such like this one, cities and towns both ancient and modern. Even that one time when the rock slide, oof, now that was quite the adventure. Jean laughs as he claps the dragon's shoulder. Amazing, you're really well versed traveler, aren't you? Well, I've been on the road for so long that it has nearly become my home. Oh, I know how that feels. Sometimes when I'm on deliveries, it feels like the only thing I've ever known. Wait. The man's expression shifts like as he looks around. Finally, lights up. Oh, sorry. Finally, his eyes light up in his recognition. Oh, that's how I got turned around. I think I can find my way back from here, Coda. Thank you very much for your help. It was no trouble at all, Jean. However, before you go, you want to ask me something, don't you? Am I that easy to read? In any case, you have encountered, well, something that couldn't be explained. What do you mean by that? Well, it was quite a while ago. Back in Nihon, I once encountered something most peculiar during my travels. I have been looking for it ever since. It may sound impossible, but from a spring of water, by a spring of warm water, I saw something extraordinary. It was a dragon. Koda clutches his charm. Ha! He has red scales, a shade darker than blood, so you have seen him. The man hems and haws for a long moment, scratching at his beard as he loses himself in deep thought. Koda holds his breath and gaze locked onto Jean, and the man finally lets out a gusty sigh. I have come across many, shall we say, unique things across my travels. A few things can hope to surprise me. But I'm sorry, I wish I could help you, but I haven't run into anything like that. Oh, well, I suppose it was a long shot. Thank you very much for your company, Jean-san. Good luck with your delivery. The dragon turns to follow the road, not looking back at Jean, as always, until the man calls out. Although, when Koda looks to the man, Jean is combing his fingers through his short beard. He hesitates for a moment, as though getting his thoughts together, and then nods. Yeah, it should be around here somewhere. What should? Oh, sorry, my friend. There's a hotel around these parts that's just recently reopened, and I was wondering if you wouldn't be able to find what you're looking for there. Hotel. Yes, I heard a few stories about that place. Supposedly, it used to be a gathering spot of assortment of unique individuals and things. I'm sure there are a few travelers there already. People like you and me who are wandering around from place to place. I might not know where this thing you're looking for is, but maybe one of them will. Koda considers the man's words. They ring true, and it would at least be a start, a better one than he had in the last century. Well, I will not know until I try, will I? Arigato gozaimasu, Shin-san. The dragon gives Jin a low bow, and then the man laughs and waves a gesture away. It's the least I can do for a fellow traveler. Good luck, Koda, and I hope that you find what you're looking for. If that is Master Jean Mary, I'm going to kill him. Already protective of the bull. He it's the best one, or one of the best, but I do not like him. The two part ways, Jean to complete his delivery and Koda to continue following the road wherever it will take him. His eyes are on the horizon, the spot where Jean pointed at when he mentioned the hotel. Sorry, getting water. Perhaps there is someone there who will be able to help him. Someone who can give him the kind of lead or point in the right direction to what he's been seeking. Or maybe, like so many times before, Koda will find himself disappointed. They say it's not it's not the destination that matters, but the journey. In his long years of wandering, the dragon has grown envious of those who have been able to believe those words. However, as he follows the road, Koda finds a renewed spring in his step. A small smile curls his lips, and once more, the rumbling of a hum tune joins the sounds of nature filling the air around him. His heart feels light, lighter than it has been in centuries, lighter than it has ever been since it first felt the scarring, searing pain of his loss. Perhaps this hope, he thinks. Sorry, I'm like doing controlled breaths while reading it's hard. Hope for the long awaited end of the journey. So many issues this time. Sorry. Hot. So hot. But not the heat that he has been craving. This dry, lifeless. This land is cursed. Dang. I... The dragon trudges alongside on the highway, tongue lolling from his open mouth like a panting dog's. His supply of bottled water ran dry long ago, and now the sweat has completely dried from both his yukata and his brow, leaving the desolation of the desert around him to seep into his bones and his breast. Do you have one breast or just two breasts? Like, what is it? It feels wrong to the dragon, just like slipping into a flowing stream earlier felt right. How long has it been since he left Jean behind? It swims away, a fish darting just out the reach of his fingers. He was there in the forest, and now he's here in the desert. Sorry for that wait. I think I'm gonna actually have to edit a video for the first time. Wow, that's exciting. And there, looming on the horizon, is the hotel of the man who told him about. It rises up from the other side of the hill, looking almost like of a place in the sandy expanse, stretching toward the horizon in every direction. The style is one that Coda hasn't seen in quite a long while, and the disrepair of the building is readily apparent even from the distance. It wasn't like the dragon was expecting a bustling hub with polished and shiny doors, never having a chance to swing closed by the tide of travelers making their way in and out, but the place looks about as desolate as the surroundings of the desert. Guys, I'm sorry. Yep. Still, Kodo is here, and while the sight before him makes his heart sink just the smallest bit, just the smallest bit, wait, the dragon still trudges onward. Down the sandy hill, working sharp rock out of scandal with his toes as he goes along the road, feeling the heat of the black top against the scales of his legs, curving slightly as he follows the driveway into the parking lot. Forward, forward, always forward. Koda struggles to make his way up the steps of the building's front door as the fatigue of his journey begins to set in. He has to stop, leaning against the wall to catch his breath. I am doing that too. It is hard with a congested throat, guys. Up close, the hotel looks at least a little better. The dragon can see the places where effort has been made to patch up the worst of the repair, where the repairs look fairly recent. Someone has to be here. With a final deep breath, Koda pushes the door open. Hello? That sucked. The dragon barely recognizes his own voice, as dry and dusty as it is. Never mind, it worked. He coughs, hacking and gasping and swallowing to let his wet throat, swallowing to wet his throat, and then tries again. Hello? Sir, are you alright? Before Koda can answer, another coughing fit rocks his weary body. He feels a presence rush forward to wrap an arm around his back, and then the dragon is led forward into the cool hotel lobby. His host lowers him onto a chair. The world blinks for a moment, and a glass of water is pushed into Koda's hand. Koda haphazardly bows in gratitude before opening his maw wide to gulp down the cold liquid. It's not much, but a little bit of moisture settles into revitalizes the dragon. Gosh, I need someone to revitalize me. He swallows. You hear this, right, guys? I hope I'm not the only one hearing this. It's terrible. He swallows, holds the glass out to be taken by a large fur-covered hand, and then looks up at his host. Oh, Please pardon my intrusion, and forgive my shameful display. It is no trouble. I am happy to offer assistance. Thank you. The dragon takes a slow. I like this dragon. His expressions are like, oh, he's like, wow, I guess. Look at this. That's a nice expression. Looks like a dog. He looks like my dog. My dog when he's hungry, just wanting food. The dragon takes a slow, deep breath, and then another, and another. The soreness settles into his weary limbs, fading slightly as it spreads through his body. Coda takes the opportunity to look around the hotel lobby, examining both the room and the hotel's apparent owner. Oh, pardon me. Welcome to the hotel, sir. I am Asterion, the keeper of this fine establishment. The master is otherwise occupied at the moment, but I would be happy to introduce you later. For now, please let me know if there is anything I can do for you, or any questions I can answer. Thank you very much, Mr. Asterion. I have heard about your hotel opening and wish to see it for myself. And I must say, I am pleased. I have never seen a Minotaur in my life. I traveled all the way around the globe, seen all sorts of things, but I always thought Minotaurs were only a legend. This place truly must be special for such a rare specimen to be here. Although, the dragon looks around to the empty lobby. A half-man, half-bull keeper seems able to easily read Coda's expression and offers him another low bow. Yes, the hotel reopened just recently, and we've only just started accepting guests. In fact, it's embarrassing to say, but you are among our first in a long while. Regardless, you are welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. The dragon hums in thought, letting his claws brush through and tug at his beard. Oh, he braided his beard. I just noticed. The words Jean spoke at their parting, which had spurred him on through the trek along the desert and the road outside, tease against the back of his mind once more. Again, he looks around the empty lobby and then up at Asterion's face. Behind his servile facade, the half-human, half-bull looks eager. His hooves clop, like right at the back of my neck. Jesus, guys. His hooves clop faintly against the tile as he shifts from one to the other in his almost childish earnestness. Who made this word? Stupid word. Earnestness. Jeez. Flickers behind the polite smile, made no less friendly by the missing half of Asterion's face. The hotel seems to be about as run down as its keeper, but there's potential there. Hope. Thank you very much, Mr. Asterion. I would be happy to stay for at least a little while. Oh, he had a smile. That was a nice smile. I have very little money, but I would be glad to perform any task you need that will allow me to earn my bed and a hot meal. That won't be necessary, sir. This is our soft opening, so we won't charge you in the fact. We charge very little regularly, so money is not an issue. As long as the hotel is able to fill its mission. Asterion moves to pick up his ledger and pen from the front desk and brings it over to the dragon. Just sign here and fill out our little bit of information. After a few moments of writing, the half-man, half-bull accepts the ledger back from Coda and looks over the new guest information. Coda has been checked into the hotel. You can see the current guest on guest screen in the menu, or clicking on the ledger icon. Is this it? Right here? Ledger? Oh my god. I thought we'd have more guests, but I think that's good. I can't click on them. Okay. Or like, are these just the guests that we've seen so far? Jeez. We're gonna have to like have this many guests one day. No. Okay. Mr. Coda. No surname, born on February 2nd, 1615. I must say, you're looking very well for your age. sir. Koda blinks, frowns, holds his hand out for the ledger. Excuse me, may I see that information? He looks over his writing. Gena 1, 5th day of the first month, exactly the way he had written it. I did not realize you could read Japanese, Mr. Asterion. Japanese, sir? And that's when it hits Koda. The shape of his tongue he had spoken to the Minotaur all this time had seemed strange. And only now does he realize that after his coughing fit, he'd switched from his native tongue without realizing it. And yet Asterion has been able to understand him. In fact, the half-man, half-bull didn't even seem to realize that Koda was speaking another language. How? I see. I understand now. Don't be alarmed, sir. It is just a quirk of the hotel. It allows us to understand all of the guests that pass through our doors, no matter what country they hail from or language they choose to speak. That'd be so funny, because, like, I know there's a thing. Like, I would be in school, my classes, right? And then my friends, they would just insult the teacher in, like, Spanish or something like that. Spanish or Italian, because they're like, or no, Russian. My friend's Russian, yeah. He would just insult the teacher in Russian, and then, but say, like, and then he would explain to the teacher that he's having a good day. He really just said, fuck you. That'd be so funny if that was real, though. Be like, I want to listen to what all the people are insulting me on at lunch. I myself am from Mediterranean, far away from here. So you can be rest assured that all guests are welcome, no matter where they come from. I should also add, I can see you are a dragon. Enchantments do not work here. But worry not, that is allowed here. All who are lost are welcome. A place for wanderers indeed. I see. The dragon stands and offers Asterion a deep bow of his own. If what both Jean and his half-man, half-bull said is true, then perhaps this is exactly where Koda needs to be. Thank you very much, Mr. Asterion. You honor me with hospitality. Asterion moves to set the ledger back from the desk, and he returns Koda with the key. He passes it to the dragon while giving Koda another welcoming smile. Here is your key, Mr. Koda. If you like, I can show you to your room. I hope that you have an enjoyable stay with us. Chapter 6, Housewarming. Wonder how long the video has been so far. Let me check. 48 minutes. Okay. 48 minutes. I hope this won't be too long, but it's whatever. Just thinking about how long it'll be. So far the video's 48 minutes. Alright. It has been an hour or so since Asterion left the lounge. The Minotaur had led you back to the hotel's hearth to check in on it. Everything seemed to be working in condition. You both did the rounds and inspected the hotel, the rooms, the stairways, the lobby, every lamp and switch and door you could find. Some of the walls were still cracked, windows were smashed. That made me sound annoyed for some reason, because I don't know why, but I'd be annoyed if I found out that stuff was still, like, battered up. Windows are smashed and there's water damage here and there. Dang. The sight displeased Asterion, but the hotel seemed to be repairing itself at an impressive rate. You both stopped at the lounge to take a break and celebrate the job well done. Asterion served your favorite drink again. With your permission, he took a glass of wine himself. After a brief chat, you checked the time, only to notice your phone's battery was long dead. Aww, no more phone. But the hotel has power now. You wish for a socket to plug your phone in, and after a blink, it materialized before you. Was it a good idea to stick your phone's charger in there, though? Would the hotel get a correct voltage and frequency? It may have been reckless, but you tried anyway. If only to sate your curiosity. Asterion was eager to resume the inspection. You were joining. Oh my god. You were enjoying the break, so you left him to continue without you. You let him continue without you. The time along proved beneficial, so much has happened in the last few days. Meeting the old man, finding the hotel, and the Minotaur aside, the altercations with the Argos. After a drink and then some time, you didn't feel as overwhelmed. All the craziness seemed to be under control. You checked in on your phone. Sorry, it's like another cough. You check in on your phone after spending a couple hours in an armchair by the hearth. My glasses. This is gonna be a long edit video. Jeez. You check it on your phone after spending a couple hours in the armchair by the hearth. It had barely charged 3% of battery. It probably won't remain for more than a minute. As you head back to the couch, you sit down and hear a sound that has grown familiar to you over the past few days. Asterion's hooves clopping towards you. Good afternoon, Master. Hello, Asterion. Are you done with your inspection? Well, I had to cut it short. I don't want to disturb you, but I have very good news. Asterion walks up to you with a brisk and excited pace and hands you the ledger. He stands there, waiting for you to open it. He's happy. He shifts his weight from hoof to hoof. Wow, he's doing like the ooh-woo pose, I think. And his tail switches back and forth in unison with his flicking ears. Coda, just Coda, huh? Wait a second. 1615. I was born many centuries ago as well, Master. Hey. We didn't mean to anger you. Generally, our guests are human, but not all of them. I'm still getting used to it, Asterion. I have to see this for myself now. You look like a kid on Christmas Eve, you know. Please excuse me, Master. I just haven't had a guest in a long time. Well, I can't wait to meet this guy. I'm intrigued. You think he's in his room now? I suppose so, yes. I'd rather not disturb the guests, but this is a special occasion, isn't it? Perhaps this one time? You are about to head to the new guest room when you hear footsteps approaching the lounge. The footsteps are slow and even carefully measured, as though the one approaching is taking his sweet time to take in his surroundings. They're accompanied by a faint sound, keeping time with each step, a quiet, simple tune hummed in a deep, rumbling voice. The melody is like the flowing of a stream, steady and constant. When you hear the first guest arrive at the lounge, his eyes are already wandering up and down to scratch the grandeur of the lingering decay of the place. He seems to be lost in thought as he examines his leather couches. Water, guys, I'm sorry. My lizard will not take my water again. He seems to be lost in thought as he examines the leather couches, the earth, the hearth, the tables and chairs. What's a hearth look like? I wonder. It's only when Asterion clears his throat with a polite cough the dragon seems to realize that you're there. I trust the accommodations are to your liking, Mr. Coda. Ah, Mr. Asterion. They are indeed, thank you. Forgive me, I was just looking around. It's alright, go and make yourself at home. The dragon, Mr. Coda, looks over to you and as you speak up. He offers a low bow and a polite smile. Thank you very much with the hospitality. Oh, sorry. Yeah, whatever. I take it you're the master, Mr. Asterion mentioned. At check-in? Yes, I'm the owner. I am Lucian. The dragon's smile widens. He gives you another shallower bow, while shaking your hand with a firm grip. Oh my god. It is an honor, Master Lucian. Yeah. Asterion clears his throat again, gaining the dragon's attention once more. Is there anything I can get for you at this time, Mr. Koda? A meal or a drink, perhaps? Oh, no, no. Thank you very much, but as I said, I am just looking around now. Perhaps later? Very well. Then if I may be so bold to ask, what do you think of our fine hotel so far? It's nice. A little more run down than I had pictured, and I would have thought that there would be guests already. But I suppose that's what I get for having hopes. You didn't see that, guys. Ah, I see. The Minotaur tries to keep his face neutral, but you can tell that Koda's words cut deep. It's okay, Mr. Bull. The hotel is Asterian's pride and joy, and to have it criticized by the first guest in years like that must hurt. Well, hey, it's a work in progress. You should see how it looked when I first got here. Okay. Jeez. What I meant is we're working on it. And since we get the place completely cleaned up, I think you'll be amazed. Despite how things look now, I can tell that this place was once a grand place. I can see the beauty of it, even under the dust and decay. Although, if it's just the two of you, then I imagine that it will take quite a while to restore its former glory. Are there no other staff here? It may surprise you, but Asterion and I can get a lot done. Still, yes, we're looking for people willing to join our staff. Asterion can tell. Can you tell Mr. Koda how many things worked here back then? Okay, sorry. I feel a little bit embarrassed. I'm gonna read this again later. Yes, before issues arose with the previous manager, it was quite common for guests to choose to remain here indefinitely. Most didn't have anywhere to go, you see, and we can pay reasonably well, or we should soon enough, seeing the hotel does not aim to generate profits. And the guests who join our staff get to enjoy all the hotel's facilities for as long as they want, free of charge. Indeed. The dragon begins brushing his claws again through his long beard. Huh? Okay, I thought isn't you stroke that kind of beard, you don't really brush it through, or else I don't know. From you to Asterion, and back again. Finally, a spark of resolve shines in his eyes. Mr. Asterion, back when I checked in, I offered my service in exchange for being allowed to stay. If you two are indeed in need of staff, then I would be happy to help in a way that can repay my hospitality you two have shown me. I've worked many odd jobs over the years of traveling, and gained a variety of skills. Cooking, cleaning, a few years of doing manual labor. I may not look it. Dragon pats his round, firm, rises his belly with a laugh. But my body is solid. Okay. I have even spent a few months as a bartender back in 20 years ago? 30? Speaking honestly, I enjoyed that job the most. The conversations with others, tales swapped, and secrets divulged to be kept in confidence. Finding the right drink for your customer, the one that would soothe their worries and help ease their burdens, at least for the little time they spent at the counter. The dragon's expression grows pensive, and his gaze is distant. I'm gonna so have to record this later. When you realize over to Asterion, you see a similar look in the Minotaur's eyes as he lets out a thoughtful hum. The moment is broken as Koda shakes himself of his reverie. He gives you a rueful smile. Forgive me, I am lost in reminiscence sometimes. My point is that I can do anything you need of me. I'm happy to help. You can feel Astarion's eyes on you. When you glance at the bull, you see him silently begging your permission to speak. If you have something to say, then go ahead, Astarion. Very well, master. The lounge could use the service of a good bartender, though I can perform the role as well. I do not have any other duties as keeper I do have other duties as keeper which come first. Management of the lounge has often been delegated to suitable guests in the past. I think it would be a good hand with you to behind the counter, Mr. Koda. Well then, that works out perfectly. In the country of my birth, it was often said that the fortune follows in the wake of dragons. Though I cannot benefit from it myself, I am happy to offer it any of my gracious hosts. Alright, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna explain the voice I'm doing. He reminded me so much of Gabumon from Digimon. So I just thought, why not give him like a Gabumon kind of like voice? I'm trying, guys, I'm sorry. Believe me, we can all use the good luck, we can get it. But before we get back to our but before again? But before we get ahead of ourselves, I wanted to ask you something, Mr. Koda. You said earlier that you had your hopes up before coming here. What were you hoping to find? I see nothing gets past you, Master Lucian. You say nothing, and allow the dragon to gather his thoughts. 4 years. 4 years, centuries now. I've been looking for something. Something dear to me. Who was lost a long time ago. I traveled the entire world searching for him, but so far I haven't found any luck, no matter where I've gone, or how many people I've asked. When I heard about this hotel opening, I thought perhaps there would be someone here who could offer a lead in my research. Sorry, not research. Oh, sorry. This place is for wanderers to gather, is it not? The dragon bows, and the expression grows blank. However, you can see the desperation flash in his eyes just for a moment. The desperation of a man who's come so close to his goal, only to have the rug pulled up from under him, time and time again. If you allow me to stay here to speak with other guests and hear their tales of wandering, perhaps I will find the lead I'm looking for. And do you have wait, what? And do you plan to leave once you found it? Once again, the dragon's eyes flash. Will I be allowed to? You don't have to ask, bruh. Of course, this hotel was not meant to be a prison. For the guests, at least. You will be free to leave once you found what you're looking for, Mr. Koda. Mr. Koda. Or whenever you so wish, naturally. I don't plan to disappear or in the middle of the night. If that worries you, I'll be sure to make arrangements so that my departure doesn't inconvenience you. I don't know how long it has been before I find what I'm looking for anyway. Until that time comes, I may as well do my part as your guest, right? Again, you take a look at Asterion. Why am I having attitude? Jeez. It looks like the Minotaur has already made up his mind about taking Koda on as his staff. The hotel's mission is to take those who are lost. Going by what you've told us tonight, you would seem to fit the bill. Are you ready to uphold the hotel's mission and bow to the owner's authority? Huh? Wait, what? How formal. I haven't heard of a contract of service put in quite a way like that in centuries. It makes me feel nostalgic. As long as I am free to pursue my own agenda, then yes, for the duration of my stay in the hotel, I will happily serve you in any way that I can. Well, Sir Lucian, with your command, I can have it all arranged. What say you? Seeing as Mr. Coda swore our oath already, all you need to say is, Mr. Coda, I hereby you are taken into the hotel as a staff to fulfill its mission. Stupid mission. And serve as manager of the lounge. Fancy, huh? Very well, Coda. Hereby you are taken as staff of the hotel to fulfill its mission, and work as a manager of the lounge. You offer your handshake. Coda takes your hand in both his. Wait, what? Coda takes your hand in both of his hands and once again gives you a low bow. His smile is placid, but his eyes are shining with an earnest light you haven't noticed since when you met the dragon. The lights in the hotel shift for a second right after you both let go of each other's hand. What was that? Worry not, Mr. Coda. It is just another quirk of the hotel. As you've been taken on the staff member in charge of the lounge, you are hereby given free authority to shape it as you please. I have fond memories of the lounge's current layout, but the labyrinth has always shifted its appearance throughout the years. Maybe it's time to give an update. Well, it could look more modern. What are we, like, why are we living in the future? Kim Kardashian, are we a Kardashian? In truth, I can appreciate the way it looks. It's a thing of beauty even if it is as now. He runs his clawed hand over the bar top again with the softly hummed tune rumbles in his throat. Old and new, something that appeals to traditional sensibility and yet welcoming to all types. Mr. Coda? Forgive me. I was lost in reminiscence again. I was thinking about the bar I used to work with. Would it be stepping beyond my boundaries to give the lounge a personal touch? Please feel free. In that case, I have a few ideas that you may like. Okay. One by one, the lights flicker as you approve of Coda's request. He looks to you to gauge your reaction to each change, as well as Asterian's. Let's add a little bit more light, yes? Oh, but keep the dark wood, in fact. Do you mind if we make it a little darker? Some more seating would be nice, here and there. Oh, this area around the hearth would be perfect. Please, Mr. Coda, my only request is that you do not alter the area too much. Alright, how about over here then? Coda continues to add his own personal touch to the lounge. Lamps in the shape of a paper lanterns hang over the counter bar. Traditional Japanese artwork on the walls, intricately laid folded napkins at every table. Dragon attack. Oh, is this the new lounge? Jeez, it's big. By the time you are done, the old lounge has turned into a brightly lit restaurant that strikes a delicate balance between traditional and modern. Coda continues to examine every detail. It seems like he won't be satisfied until everything is exactly perfect. Asterion looks around, a thoughtful expression on the Minotaur's own face. It looks amazing. Good work, Mr. Coda. Oh, please. I suppose if I am staying here for a while, just Coda will be alright. In that case, just Lucian and Asterion will be alright for us. Deal. Oh, yeah. Well, I think this place is looking for much better already. Warm, welcoming. If you don't mind me saying, it already feels like someplace I could call home, at least for the time being. How about we have a drink and celebrate? We can tell you more about how things work around here, and they will work once we start getting more guests. Coda goes over to the counter, grabs a beer mug, and returns to you. Oh wow. They have, that's a cool CG. Was that like that before? Oh, he just moved his hands. Okay. Alright, I'll whip something up, shall I? I look forward to working with the both of you, Asterion, Lucian. Cheers. I don't know if that peaked, sorry. Okay, I will end it there. I don't want to edit this. Edits are gonna kill me. Oops, sorry. Edit that too. I'm gonna edit the whole video this time, guys. The whole thing. Okay. Hello, everyone. Well, this video is gonna be a long editing video. It'll possibly be done later tonight. Sorry about that again. Also, I gotta work on my uploading and recording days. Sorry about that again. I should have recorded this yesterday. Let me look at some stuff though. Ba 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 ba. Achievements. Dragon attack. Get coded to manage the lounge. Oh. Are we gonna be getting through all these guys? Secret achievement. It's gonna be like sex the dragon or something like that. Lay the dragon. Okay. Thank you. This is a fun video. Oh, we gotta get a picture though. A moment of weakness. We don't need a moment of weakness. We don't want to read this. I don't. Oh, items. Okay. Ledger, old deed, guests. He looks cute. Coda, a calm river spirit from Japan. Wait. Oh, they're spirits. Okay. This a goat. This the bird. This is gonna be that American bird we saw before. A bull? I don't know. I think this is a wolf or something. Has the jaw or something. Gonna guess. And then we all know what this one is. A snake. Nah, it's an elephant. What's this? Is this a demon or something? What the heck is this? Okay, I think I'll end this today. Or not today, now. Okay. Please excuse all of the things that you will not be able to edit. Or if I can edit. Or the stuff that will be edited. Sorry for the abrupt music changes within the video. Thank you all for watching.